Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone, and hello, welcome to stream. Yes, Scarlet, you are the first. I'm still getting set up a little bit. Apologies. Give me just a second. I'm running a little behind. And also there's a cat in my chair. Oops. There it is. Woo! I just dropped my phone. Sorry about that. That was probably very loud. I apologize. That's not what I wanted. Damn it. Take it from the top. It is. It has definitely thrived, or subsided at least. But these storms that are rolling in are making me nervous. I don't like it. You're in my chair. Would you like to see the baby? Since we're not quite yet started, we will do baby time. My chair thief. We'll have her pre-stream Sashi time. In her yes. Here, let's turn this around so you can properly appreciate her. Look at that. Look at that face. Yeah? You telling us about it? I don't know if you can hear her meows. What are you doing? She's gonna get mad at me whenever I have to move her. I love you. There we go. There's a proper meow. Currently buried under Miss Pocket, who does not like the weather. We're fortunate that it hasn't hit us quite yet, but it's supposed to hit at about 2 o'clock. So I'm a little anxious about that. But, it should be okay, hopefully. Hope it's not raining too bad, whenever I'm driving over to Axe's place. Hang on, I have an idea. Give me 1 second. No, stay in the chair! Come here. Come in. You want a treat? Come here. Yeah, come here. All the way. Ravenous little beast. It's behind you, Dingus. Turn around. There you go. Good girl. You get one more because you're precious. No more, otherwise you're gonna get sick. Because you got 3 immediately after my shower. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. You don't get any more because you'll get sick. I know, I'm terrible. Okay, Sashi time over. Oh, this is all sorts of catawampus now. I think that's right. Hello, welcome back from ads. I think that's good. Oh, we're not yet back from ads. We have 10 seconds. think we're almost ready. We'll go back to the starting screen. I've completely overhauled the stream layout, so we no longer have Spirit City going on in the corner, just because I'm so tired of listening to lo-fi music. I'm gonna be so real. And I'm totally fine with not uploading these VODs elsewhere, so. We're gonna be listening to Sploon music. Mel, a 20 stream streak, thank you so much. Get those channel points. Oh, by the way, the Ko-fi has been launched. I'm supposed to have like a Ko-fi bot in here. 1 second, let me look at that. Ko-fi. I don't know how it's pronounced. Let's look. Stream alerts. Okay, it shows every 30 minutes. Apparently. Work's not going good? I'm sorry. Once your paycheck hits... Oh my god. Hello, Ren. Welcome. Oh my god, everybody's here. I'm so excited. Happy to have all of you here. If you didn't hear, the Ko-fi is now live, so you can donate directly to me instead of having to go through Twitch. You don't have to. There's no pressure. But your donations do help fund the upcoming projects. So... The teen is having a very bad day. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, because the pattern poll is now closed. And that's all. Is there a command for the Ko-fi? You can do !! tip jar. I forgot to add that to the list of commands here. Let's fix that. Since pattern poll is finished, we will replace that with tip jar. There we go. But I hope everybody's having a pretty decent start to your day. Yeah, Mel, try to take it easy. I hope that I am able to provide that cozy crochet content to help you relax a little bit. You got 50 minutes left of work. I believe in you. You've got this. Oh, that was a song, not an alert. Also, I created officially the Cult of the Lamb pattern. I purchased the Stitch Fiddle single month membership. That's the word I'm looking for. And I transferred all of that information over to a doc. So I'm pretty excited about that. So let's look at the blanket. Hello. Oh, you got a tip? Why is this not focused? There we go. Thank you so much for the tip. Oh my gosh, who said that? Ren! Thank you! I need to add this to the face cam so that we can see it. There we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What the hell? Ren! Oh my god. You did not. Thank you. You just sent, oh my gosh, Ren just sent $50. Holy shit. Thank you. Oh my god, you just made my day. I'm gonna cry live on stream. Okay. Wow. Thank you. What the fuck? Alright, here's the blanket. chair out of the way. Here's the blanket. This is where we're sitting right now. Where is my camera? There it is. Chair's still in the way. Here we are. We are slowly but surely making very good progress. Here's the back. Let's get started. Hello. You love the blanket so much, it's turning out so cool. Thank you! I am very excited. Part of me is like, don't stream. Like, don't finish it next week, finish it this week. It's like, do I want to stream for 5 days straight is the question. Kind of yes, actually. But also, probably not the best idea. Alright, let's get started. We are starting with row 199, which is a navy row. Also, I showed this to my psychiatrist this morning. She's also like kind of my therapist, and she was like thoroughly impressed. She was like, that's wild. And I was like, thanks. She was very proud of me. Oof. I'm very excited to weigh this to see how much it, see how heavy it is whenever it's all said and done. And my hands are already sweaty. Not surprising considering I took a shower shortly before starting, and that's not plugged in. Now it is. Wow, very squeaky. Very squeaky. What the hell? Making you want to do more crochet, but you need to try hashing out your setup. I get it. I did a complete overhaul of most of my scenes today to remove the Spirit City box, because I'm kind of gravitating away from it, from Spirit City. Still a very fun game, and I love it very much, but also we don't do very much with it in stream, and I just kind of want to listen to my own music. It's much easier for me to focus when I'm listening to my own music. Not to mention, the lo-fi can get extremely repetitive, and it drives me a little bit crazy. Granted, there are times when songs actually repeat themselves in this playlist because I've downloaded all 3 games' soundtracks. There's bound to be overlap, you know? So. I think that's valid. Lo-fi is nice, but I put that on for your pup's relaxation time, so kind of tired. Yeah. The same jazzy song over and over again so many times, so many weeks in a row, you know? Oh. I don't have much to talk about today. It's just kind of a lazy day. I like the beat of this. We can create our own chaos? Hell yeah. I love it. It's just kind of a lazy day for me, you know? This weather is making me drowsy. Hello, Alex. Welcome in. How are you today? You had the opportunity to and did not start a fight. Proud of you. You missed some cute Sashi time at the very beginning of stream. She got some treats. Snackies. I'm a little afraid that if I say the T word, she's gonna get excited, but she's sleeping, so it's okay. I have mixed feelings about this song. I like the swing of the beat, but I don't like the sound effects. You actually really like this one? The asshole kept behind you kept tapping you, especially like the soft parts of your forearm, but you ooh. Those sound effects, the bouncy ones, I'm like, I don't like that. Everything else about this song though, I enjoy. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Weird. Two. I like this song a lot. It's very relaxing. This is the character creation music from Side Order. Oops, that was weird. Hang on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Perfect. You've gotten in many a fight, like from 7th grade onwards. I don't know what it is. People just keep provoking me, and I am working on myself because I really need to stop violence. Gamble time. Yes, it is gamble time. Let's do that. Prediction. There we go. I want to fix something. This is a banger of a song. I want this to be in the bottom left. I'm gonna send a test really quick. I'm fixing the Ko-fi link. Or the Ko-fi overlay. Perfect. That's where I like that to be. At least half of them were not your fault. Were all this one kid shoving himself into me because he wanted my bus seat to the point where it had to be self-defense. Jesus. I don't know. Hard to say. Why is my yarn so fucking squeaky today? My hands aren't even all that sweaty. Tentacular Circus, again, a banger. To be fair, Alex, I do see your logic, and I'm hoping I get it in Lesson 5, but it's... you never know! But also, like, I don't blame you if you don't believe in me. There's a lot of weapons in Splatoon. I'm so mad about not getting it. yesterday. I was too off. I should have gone with my gut with the doolies, but I didn't. What the fuck is this stitch? Let's get to the end of this row, and then I will do splattle. How does that sound? Does that work? I have to follow my logic and vote against you, Alex. I'm gonna wait until you vote next time, and then we'll both lose. Is that a threat? Yes. I wonder what happens if everybody votes for one side and then the other side wins. I really wonder what will happen then. You got scheduled for your job. Congratulations! Always exciting to get scheduled for new jobs, even if it's not like a real, like, what's what I'm thinking of? You didn't have to reapply for it. The nice thing about having my PNG tuber on the right now is I don't have to worry about accidentally covering up or like hiding my work behind it. I can actually like go a little more to the left now, which is quite nice. Fuck, I lost count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First row of the day, done. Let's do splattle while boss music is playing. Terrifying. Next year you want to work at a camp. So fun fact, Alex, you're really gonna get a kick out of this. I live in Texas, right? This is not news. Camp Half-Blood is real. And it is like vetted by and worked like alongside the author of Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan. It takes place down in Austin. And I know this because I had a friend who worked there. They worked in the Neptune cabin, I believe. And I applied. I didn't get it, but I applied because I have a degree in recreation, parks, and tourism sciences. And I have a little bit of experience in youth development programs, stuff like that. They were like, we don't currently have an opening, but we would love to have you on our team. And then I just never applied again. All right, let's just splattle. There it is. Hang on, I'm gonna rearrange. I'm gonna move the Ko-fi alerts down here. There we go. All right, let's do this. Hang on, I want to see what Red says. Alex, I don't know if you know, but there's a TV mask thing you can get the clothing store on Tomodachi Life, but you take your head characters. That's cute. You think you aged out and you're not allowed to go to Austin? Oh, why not? Granted, I know it's Texas and Texas is rough, but all right, let's do Splattle. Let's start with the. Let's change it up. Let's do the arrow spray. Not a shooter. We got nothing, and it's not from 3. Okay. It's not a fast weapon. It's not from 3. Not a shooter. So it's a longer range, medium to heavyweight weapon, either from 2 or 1. So my next thought is Splatoon 2. What are my Splatoon 2 weapons? Pretty much everything else. Let's go with the Dynamo from 2. Not a roller, but it is from 2. That's good to know. And it's not a slow weapon, so it's a medium weight weapon with a range of between 35 and 76. Dualies will always be my downfall, so let's go with the Dualie Squelchers from 2. It is a dualie! Okay. One of my dualies from 2. It's a normal weight dualie. So it's not Glugas. Pretty sure Glugas are heavy. I want to verify that. Dualie's weight. I just realized I forgot to plug in my phone. Main weapon, dualie type. I just want to see what the weight class is. I think they're heavies, because they're slow. Okay. So that leaves the normal Splat dualies and its variants, the Tetras, the Dapple dualies. I think Tetras are fast. I think Dapples are also fast, but I think Dapples might be normal as well. Let's go with the Dapple dualies and see what that gets us. So they're fast. Okay. Ugh, hook. Is it just like the plain Splat dualies of some sort? Because I don't know my weight classes. Splat dualies from 2. No. But those are normal weight, so we're in a better place. But I did not get it today. We were close. We're getting close. I apologize. Alright, let's try this one more time. Normal dualies. But they have a higher range than that. So my next guess is Tetras. Ooh, do we want to go dark or light Tetras? Let's go dark Tetras. Okay. This doesn't help me. What are my other dualies from 2? That's 3. That's 3. It might be Gloogs. those were slow. Oh, it's a variant. I could have sworn the Gligadoolies were slow. Okay. So it's a variant. So it's probably the Deco or the Kensas. Let's go with Deco. Yeah. We were close. We got in an 8. Not terrible. Could be worse. But not super thrilled about that either. Alright. You got a package. You know what it is. Actually, it's a Keychain Pomni mystery box. That's cute. Man, I could have sworn Glugas were slow. I'm so mad. The thing is I'm not gonna remember any of this. So we're gonna make the same mistakes we always do. It's okay. Alright. Let's keep going. Let me check something right quick. Okay. Hello. At some point, I will get it in 5. I know! We just gotta keep practicing, you know? I don't want to pull that out. I thought I did, but I don't. Okay. Come on. Everything is so squeaky. It's because of the humidity outside. That's what it is. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna put a stitch marker where we started today. One double and 8 singles twice. Guys, we're on row 200. To do 9. The significance of row 200 means there's only 52 rows left, which is wild. 6, 7, 8, 9. Just as a heads up, this song is going to loop, so you're going to hear it twice. The reason I know that is because I have the now playing pulled up in front of me. Man, I'm so excited to debut the Splatoon PNG tuber this weekend. It's gonna be so cool. Because I'm gonna be able to make it change colors. It's gonna look so neat. Oh god. Are you sure it's not 5-7? Because 57 is a significant number in TADC. No? Damn. That's unfortunate. I hate the 6-7 joke. It sucks. It's not even good. Personal vendetta against 6-7, even though it's done nothing to me ever. What the fuck? Hydration, you got it. They said we were trying to create the perfect Pomni pendant and we messed up 6 or maybe 7 times and I'm just sitting here seething. I don't care for it myself, but sometimes seeing the reactions people have to it make it worth. That's fair. Problem with you and your siblings is you say cringe memes like that ironically to annoy each other. You got beach Pomni. Cute. Water. Thank you for the water. And a big stretch. Alright. Excuse me. I gotta see this Pomni. Oh my gosh, so many people are texting me and I'm like, guys, I'm streaming. Alright. Let's get back to it. And it's not any of you guys, it's like one of them is one of my creative partners, another is one of my IRL friends. Who is also a mod in the stream. Did you post the Pomni? Oh my god, she's precious. That's so cute. Alright, what are we doing here? We just did 10, so we're gonna do 5. Oh, Lizzie Freeman looks exactly like Pomni. Teeny. No offense to my lovely chatters. I think if we ever did a meetup, I would tower over all of you because I am 5'8". And to me, that's not very tall, because there's a lot of tall people in my family. And I'm actually considered short. Gestures to my sister who's 6 foot, my dad who's 6'3". My aunt who's taller than me and I don't know her height. My cousin who's 14, maybe 15 is taller than me. I'm like, guys, what the hell? Mamba just over there making me look like I need a booster seat! I'm sorry, Scarlett. That really got me. Okay. Everyone just clings to me and I carry all around. I just realized I never posted the picture of my best friend and I that I discussed a while back. Oh my god, that really got me. Okay. I gotta fucking focus. What the hell am I doing? Oh my god. Grandpa's 6'2", Uncle's 6'4", your aunt is 5'9", your cousin's 5'8". But like visually, half an inch taller than Lizzie Freeman. What am I doing? I just did a negative stitch. I feel like I need to mark stitches actually. So we did 2, 1, single, double, negative. I'm gonna mark that just because I'm getting lost. Whoa. Your mom claims to be 4'11", you can't verify it, so just taking her at her word. My mom used to be 5'8", but I'm taller than her now, so I think she's like 5'6", maybe? She's gotten shorter. All the women are 5'5" or above. You're not even 5'3". You might also still be growing, Alex. Don't worry. I forget we shrink. I'm gonna look like Yoda but brown. Stop! I feel so bad for laughing. I'm so sorry, Scarlett. Oh my god. I feel so bad for laughing. Just the phrasing of that really got me. I'm sorry, I had to find out this was Scarlett. I promise I'm not laughing because y'all are short. I'm just laughing at the way Scarlett phrased it. It's all good. Someone should make fun of myself. Everyone keeps telling me that. How much more can I grow? If I've grown half an inch since 8th grade, your ears cannot be that big. Goddamn. No, but if I get air gel on my calyx, I can make it work. Scarlet Yoda cosplay win. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm a little miffed. I got my haircut last week, and my hairstylist didn't make my fade even, so I still have calyx. And I'm like, I don't want to cut it myself because I'm afraid it's gonna look bad, but like, my fade looks great. Up until you reach like the part where my undercut starts, there's a cowlick. And I was like, can you cut that down? And she goes, okay, sure. And then she didn't. And I was like, girl. Oh, come on. And it looks kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. You have calyx all the time. I'm even carrying more. I go to school like that. I wear bandanas and hats. That's how I fix it. Nobody sees my hair anyway, so like it's not that big of a deal. Fam calls them your doubles. Okay, fun fact, cannot get the 90s blunt bangs because you have two cowlicks on either side that stick almost straight up when they're not weighed down. Fam calls them your double horns. I don't care. I didn't care until I started talking to my current friend about how, and he would go, how on earth did you get your hair? You get the vision. Yeah, no, I just get spiky hair. This is one of my favorite songs. Your hair is just a big fluff ball. It's not curly, but it's fluffy and it's everywhere. That's fair. Oh man, there was an ad break just now. I need to use the restroom. Crap. Should have gone while there was an ad break. My bad. Oh well, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Apologies. I return. Hello. Sorry, coffee conversations. But we're good now. Hello. There is no pressure to donate, guys. Do not feel pressured. It was just a way to allow you guys to support me in a more direct way. Don't worry. Kitty, good morning. Alright, we are starting row 201. You feel so pressured. I'm sorry. Give me your money, Alex. No, that feels bad. That you're a minor. I can't do that. Keep your money. You need the allowance. Do your chores and get paid for it. So you can buy video games. Guess you better put off getting Tamagotchi life. I turned into a diamond because of how much I appreciate you. Oh no. Well, you didn't pay me. So it's okay, because I would have heard the notification. Don't worry, Mamba. As your mod, I will take the fall if you threaten a minor. Yes, I can sell myself to pay. No! That sounds really bad. Shooting starfish, let's go. Oof. Oof, that split the yarn. The heel. I'm gonna double count that just to make sure, because I'm paranoid. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, 24, 25. Perfect. Wait, I just realized there are two. I meant to like a diamond shop. Oops! Whoops. Alex, I fear you might be digging yourself a deeper hole. Better quit while you're ahead. Single, double. Alrighty, enjoy your lurk. I will be here doing my thing. just did our 3 negative stitches. I'm actually gonna mark that so I don't lose my place. You worked out legs last night, and every time you stood up, sat down, or climbed stairs today, you were in agony. I'm sorry. That's rough. I did not walk today because I had a psychiatrist appointment, and that took up most of my morning. And then I went grocery shopping, and then I came home, took a shower. Now we're here. Going grocery shopping is also walking, just because you didn't go on the trip doesn't mean you walk. I didn't walk as much as I would have liked, and I didn't go like intensive grocery shopping. I went in for like 5 things, and then I left. 4, 4, 5 negatives, 5 doubles. And also my hip was a bit twingy, so like I need to be nicer to myself about not walking. And even my psychiatrist was like, okay, I am proud of you for wanting to have a more active facet to your life, but don't push yourself because I know your leg bothers you and I don't want you to hurt yourself. And I was like, okay. She's like, if you can't walk a day, that's okay. That is okay. And I was like, I know. I have been trying to be kind to myself about that. And she goes, I'm proud of you. I was like, thanks. She was very impressed by the blanket, which, you know, made me very happy. You walk extensively to get rid of your energy and transfer yourself from school to homework. That's fair. I can't do that. My leg do be fucked up. Maybe one day I will post a picture of the difference in my hips to the Discord server with like a spoiler tag, and I'll just be like, hey, this is a real life photo of me. And I am wearing shorts. This is not meant to be salacious. This is just an informative picture of what my leg looks like. You know. Because I have a handful of photos of my hips. My left hip do be fucked up. Like, you can see it if I'm wearing leggings or skinny jeans. It's pretty significant. Hold on. 12. 1. 3. Something's wonky here. What? Well, I'm actually having to take off my headphones so that I can focus on this. What did I do wrong here? Somehow my stitches right around here got messed up. And I don't know what I did. So that's the 11. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna undo those real quick. Oh, I see what I did. I was supposed to do a double, then a single, and I did a single, then a double. That makes sense. Okay. Which means we have to do the entirety of the second half of the white row. Yay. What happens when you don't read your corners correctly? Honestly, can't wait for your job. You'll get all your steps in, and when you're stocking, you can do bicep curls with the chemicals. Hell yeah, I'm gonna become a gym rat, but at work. Oops, that was a half double. I gotta rewind to this part. That was the negative. Okay, I'm gonna move that. So that I do exactly what I did the last time. It's 2, 1, negative, 4 singles. Sorry, I'm not gonna read chat while I fix this little blunder here. just so that I can fix it faster. You know, the weatherman said that the storm was gonna hit at like 2 o'clock and it hasn't. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm fixing mistakes. The weather's making you eepy. Your mom worked there when she was your age, and it's the reason she had like a really good foundation for arms, so she worked out. Hell yeah. My arms used to be great when I worked at the axe throwing place that I used to work at. Oh man, I miss throwing axes. That was so fun. It was a really cool job too. Like, how many people do you know can say I taught people how to throw axes for a living? Did that for about 1.5 years. It was great. Until they fired me. Not really fired me, but they let me go because I can't climb the stairs. They never said that explicitly, but I know that that was the reason, because anytime I went back in there, the main guy would always give me shit for it. Like, alright, asshole. Anyway. Yeah. They never explicitly stated it, but I know that that was the reason. Yeah, no, for real. You're telling me. I literally asked, hey, can I have this weekend off? I've landed a free vendor, like, booth at the festival. It was a spring arts festival. And you know, booths were running like $200, and I got one for free because of a friend of my mom's. And I was like, hey, can I have just one day of this festival off to do this? And he was like, you know our rules about working festivals, and so we'll be considering this to be your 2-week notice. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I tried to rescind my question. He was like, no, we'll just be considering this to be your 2-week notice. I was like, are you fucking serious? Anyway, 2, 4, 4, 5, 2, 1, 1, 2, 12, And then I was like, you know what? I actually don't have to work these last 2 weeks because I got sick my 1 week, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go visit my boyfriend. And then I did. And though I felt kind of bad about it, but I was also like, fuck these guys. And then they were clients of my mom's. You remember my mom's an accountant, and then she fired them this past tax season because they were slacking on bringing her their documents. And I was like, I kind of want to go back to my job. She goes, you can't go back there. I was like, okay, fair enough. Now I can do this. She's like, I don't think they would take you back, even if you did go back. So, you know. You're gonna type out something mean about them, but you'll behave? No, please! Color me curious. And whatever it is that you say, they probably deserve it. On a good say, you've achieved literal raises with 3-pound weights. Hell yeah. Proud of you. Wait. Oh. If they were taking so long to get papers to your mom, then maybe they should have been faster with how they moved, especially since they don't seem to feel like that's an excuse. Yeah. You're right. This song is a banger. Not to mention, like, I don't want to sound like I'm boasting. I was arguably their best employee. I was their best coach. I was on top of everything. My only problem was that I could not climb the stairs. That was it. So maybe they did have what was coming to them. Like, I got multiple 5-star gleaming reviews. Here we are. Oh well. That was over a year ago now, so like, water off a duck's back, right? really hope I have enough yarn to finish this row in this little ball. What the hell is going on? Six. Feel that you're still hearing about the devastation you leaving your job caused. Good! You're the pool store's worst employee, but I'm the founder's grandson, the owner's nephew. I kind of didn't have a choice to not work there, and they didn't have much choice to not hire me. Some good old nepotism, I guess. Hey, gotta take what you can get, right? I mean, I worked, so my grandfather founded the accounting office that my mom works at, the tax firm. And so she kind of had a little bit of nepo for that. And then I think it was my grandmother and my grandfather founded it together. And then mom worked there. And then I kind of just started working there as a clerical assistant. I'm terrible at math and I'm not licensed to deal with taxes. So I just kind of like worked there a little bit. What am I doing? Okay, got it. But I'm not working there anymore. We're doing pretty much just streaming now. Unless someone wants to commission me for something. Which I would also stream if it was like digital art. I do want to do markets again. But markets take a lot out of me physically. Like, it's exhausting. Made a breakfast burrito so fat the tortilla is ripping. Hell yeah. Your first manager was your mom. When you catered, they were still sad when I moved away. Aw. Actually, I'm descended from pool store workers and owners. I'm noticing that my computer's not chugging as much as it would be if I were running Spirit City. Which is actually quite nice. Nice. That's a good amount of yarn. Ads in 30 seconds. Your mom's work didn't allow family to work together, so you worked in a different department, but I went to her office whenever I had a break. Great-grandpa inherited your great-great-grandparents' pool store, and then your nana met your grandpa partially because he worked at her dad's pool store. That's funny. My dad's a YouTuber. Does that count for something? My grandpa was, my dad's dad was a construction worker. He owned a construction company. I was related to Bob the Builder, because his first name was Bob. And then, my grandmother on my dad's side worked at the post office. My grandfather on that side was also the mayor of the town that they lived in. They were also volunteer firefighters. And then my dad has done a bunch of things. But he's a YouTuber. And mom's just worked at the same place pretty much my whole life. Six. 7. 8. 15. Then your Nana and Grandpa founded their own pool store, and then your uncle bought it and he sold it, but he's still in charge for a bit. Oh, okay, that's cool. Your mom wants you to be a YouTuber. She watches a bunch of the Day of My Life YouTubers, and I'm like, I literally crochet, game, and watch streamers daily. Who was gonna watch that? Who's going to watch that besides Alex? Okay, so my dad, I'm not going to tell y'all his channel name because frankly, that would just embarrass me. But he does state and national park tours and RV stuff. And he did like a whole like series about them building like a barn dominium, I think is what he called it. Barndo, something like that. But they built a house, and it was like a whole thing about that. But mostly what he does is like Amazon product review, I think. I don't know. But yeah. And then, you know, I don't know how to phrase this. I was approached by him to have dinner with him one evening because they were staying somewhere relatively close by. And so I went over there and I was talking about how I started live streaming and how I've been able to monetize it and how I built like this awesome community and all this stuff and how I'm very grateful for it and how I have this really cool setup and all this stuff. And he immediately goes, "You should come live stream on our patio sometime." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "You could just like do your thing, but out on our patio." And I was like, "Dad, that wouldn't work. That's not feasible." And he goes, "Sure it is. Why wouldn't it be?" And I was like, "Because everything is on my computer." And he goes, "Oh, you could just bring your computer. It'll be fine." I said, "Dad, no, I have a desktop tower. I can't just bring my computer with me." And he was like, "Why not? Like, you could totally do that. We have a really cool patio." And I just had to be like, "No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work." And he just didn't understand why it wouldn't work. And I was like, they wouldn't... First, I don't think they would care. I don't think y'all would care. And two, y'all wouldn't even be able to see it. Because, hello? This is all you see. Y'all don't really see a whole bunch more than that. Anyway, it kind of just irritated me. My identical twin Balex, my tooth faithful viewer, Alex and Balex. Why is that your content? And Calix and Dalix were quadruplets. Yeah, he was like, "You should totally come, stream on our patio sometime." And I was like, "That's not how this works." That's not how it works. I have like a whole setup on my desk, and I can't just bring my desk. I can't just take my computer with me, because I don't have a laptop. I mean, I have a laptop, but it's not optimized for streaming. He didn't understand. He's like, "You could totally just stream from your phone." No, the father, I can't. There's systems. Not to mention, I don't fucking want to. My dad is not the, sharpest tool in the shed. Let's just go with that. He thinks he's hot shit. He's really not. And he had the audacity to be like, "So how are you supporting yourself? When are you planning on moving out of your mom's house?" And all, like, asking all these like really invasive questions. And I was like, I don't really feel comfortable answering those questions. He goes, "Why not? It's my responsibility and duty as a parent to worry about that kind of thing." And I was like, in the back of my mind, I was just like, you have no right to be able to pull that card on me. You do know that, right? Like, random side note, you're setting up emotes and you're so tempted to make the pup pics into them. That would be so cute. Take my house to his patio. It's a great patio. Yeah, for real. Yeah, he had the audacity to be like, well, as a parent, it's my concern. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you have never really been a parent to me. You and mom divorced when I was like 4. And I'm 26. Almost 27, mind you. So like, right. Anyway, I don't want to get mad. And I highly doubt he watches my stuff, and I really hope he doesn't. What the fuck? 2 negative. Oh, okay. This is where that line ends. Oh, this is hard turning. Okay. Hard curve. Genuinely wondering if we have the same dad right now. I highly doubt it. Hold on, I gotta scroll back. They are already famous. You definitely should. Your dad and my dad and your dad would get along really well. Green screen my desk and make it look like I'm on his patio. It's just a really great patio. Sounds familiar to me and apparently several other people here. Why is the overlap with crafters and rough parents so common? I think the link you're missing is queer. He doesn't know I'm queer, which is, it would be very difficult for me. It's very hard for me to believe that he doesn't know. Because, like, I dress very butch lesbian whenever I go over there. I don't know. I try to limit my interactions with him as much as I can. In the best terms and condition, how does he not know in all intents and purposes? Mostly because I have not explicitly told him, but also, like, I don't see him enough for it to matter. And at one point, shortly after I got my ear pierced, with my cartilage piercing that I have, I went over to his place and I was like, we went the entire visit, and he didn't say anything. And as I was leaving, I was like, I'm surprised you haven't said anything about my new piercing. He goes, I don't see you enough to be able to have an opinion on what you do to your body. So then why should he have an opinion on how I spend my time? Like, you know, it just feels very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Hypocritical, I guess? I don't know. Anyway. But also, it's not really any of his business whether or not I'm queer. And, you know, he doesn't see me enough to be able to have an opinion, and I don't see him enough to tell him, find it necessary to tell him. I feel like these rows are going faster and faster. And they probably are. But I feel like I'm like zooming today. Even though like I'm only on row 4 and it's almost 3 o'clock. Another random side note, you think you're done hashing stream stuff for today, you keep getting anxiety setting it up, which is making it sick. I'm sorry, Scarlett. It is a little nerve-wracking when you first are setting stuff up, but I have faith in you. You can do it. It's not as... Once everything is, like, ready to go, it's not as scary. Probably because there's less detail now that you're closer to the end. Yeah. What are we doing here? Okay, we just did that, so... 4. Oops. Last day's stream is gonna be absolutely crazy. We're just gonna be flying. I mean, last day of stream for this project, not forever. Hello, Dreaming Truth, a 7-stream streak. Thank you so much. Welcome in. We are about to finish up row 202, which after this row, there will only be 50 rows left on the body of this project, which is crazy to think about. Make sure I count it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Double. Okay. I know! You need to finalize things and then get to the microphone you've been looking at and get over your anxiety. You got this, Scarlett. I also have really bad anxiety, but honestly, streaming is just like talking to your friends. That's really all it is if you think about it. You made a very simple stream setup for fun, but you get anxious about hearing your voice, so you mainly use it with your siblings. That's fair. I'm also really self-conscious about my voice, but I've learned to stop thinking about it, which is way easier said than done. But I'm just imagining, like, I'm in a Discord call with my friends, and all of y'all are muted because you have got stuff going on in the background. You know, that's just how I think about it. And I'm just, like, vibing. I'm doing what I love, and that is crocheting and talking to my friends. You don't get so self-conscious with your voice unless your Texas accent comes out. Listen, my accent has come out a handful of times on stream, and it's just like, okay. Accents are cute. Oh, this is a good song. This is so cute. Okay, we just did negatives, so 13 seconds. What really gets me, like, when my accent is... I can't think while Callie is singing. We're gonna let her finish. We're just gonna sit here and enjoy Callie. queer people say, y'all are gonna get hunned and y'all to the death. Same. Like, that's just Texanisms. Queer people say y'all, and I don't even think about that one. I was just scolded many times for your accent because your mother said no one in your field would take you seriously if you sounded like a hit. Bruh. I don't think she was right. That's really rude. Moo Clover, she capitalizes on her southern accent. Is that the one that has the really cute cow VTuber or PNG tuber? Mambo's dads? I have more than one dad? Oh, mine and Alex's dads. I thought you meant I had 2 dads, and I was like, wait, what? This is news. What I was saying, my accent really comes out on, like, words that have a hard I, like, syllable in them. So, like, miles. Anytime I navigate, my mother gets, like, she'll tease me because, like, oh, in 2 miles, we'll turn right. So my accent really comes out hard with the hard I words. Miles. All right, we just did 13. Double, negative, double, 2 single, double, 6 single. That's just like one example. Stop, that's so cute. The more relaxed or EP you get, the thicker the accent gets. Or if I get mad, yeah, real. I get that, oh my god. Like, if I get too, like, mad or excited about something, my accent really comes out. And sometimes I'll just be talking and, like, it just really comes out full force and it's like, ah, shit. Oops. It used to piss my mom off really bad whenever my accent would really come out. She's like, quit talking like that. I'm like, I can't help it. When you grow up in a small town, everybody talks like that. And it's really hard not to do that because humans mimic each other as a form of social interaction and social bonding. Laughing like they need to join a group called Why Do My Kids Hate Me? I did nothing wrong except be shitty their whole lives. This made me laugh like a tea kettle. That's cute. See, the problem is whenever I talk about my accent, it really wants to come out even more. And I'm a little worried about this entire second half of stream just being me talking like a Texan. And unable to stop it because, like, when it comes out, it's really hard to rein it back in. You know what I mean? Scarlett probably knows what I mean. It's like once it turns on, it's impossible to turn back off. Your accent comes from your grandma, which now that I'm thinking that explains a lot. It's like the tongue remembers how to move like that, but not to stop. Keep your minds out of the gutter. Like a sleeper agent, you just need to find the activation word. There was a 6-month period where you had a southern accent, literally couldn't help it and have no idea where you got it from. So that's a funny point, Alex, that you bring that up. I pronounce, what's another word for, like, sofa? Help me out here. Because I do not pronounce this word like you think I do. Hi, kitty. Couch. I pronounce it Canadian. I don't know why I pronounce it couch. I've never been to Canada. Yeah, either Irish or Canadian. I've gotten both. I don't know why my mouth says it that way, but I say couch. Couch, couch. Couch is weird. Like, I can say it normally if I really try, but, like, just naturally, I pronounce it couch. Your jaw drop? Yeah. It's weird. Like, I can say couch, but it doesn't feel proper in my mouth. And the funny thing is my sister has a weird word that she says. It's specifically a weird syllable that she don't know where she got it from, because no one in the family pronounces it like she does. But what is a typical replacement for butter in baking? Because the way that I'm going to say this is not how you were expecting. Or, like, what is the metal that you often use when cooking? You say yarn a little weird if your accent comes out. If I need to repeat it several times. Not quite. It's a 3-letter word. And the reason I'm not saying it is because I want it to be a surprise the way that couch was. Ol. That's how my sister pronounces it. It's 1 syllable. Ol. Full. And I'm like, no, that's 2 syllables. Because I pronounce it oil. Or foil. But my sister pronounces ol. Like, just... Yeah, ol. It's very weird. But, like, no one else in the family pronounces it just like that. Just her. We don't know where she got it from. Whenever you say, excuse me, or sorry, I sound British. Every word with a drawl, I sound Southern. And then sometimes a random word gets pronounced weird, and I say everything else normal. I think it's a very Southern pronunciation. By the way, we've only got 50 rows left. It's a very Southern pronunciation, from my understanding. But she's like the only person in the family that pronounces it that way. I don't know where she got it from. But also, everybody in my family pronounces couch, normally, except for me. So I don't know. Brains are weird. Mouths are weird. Pronunciation, language is weird. All up that bird and put a sticker in the oven. Hey, let me try. All up that bird and stick in the oven. That's funny. My grandmother was from Nevada, and I don't know if this is a Southernism or if that's like where she says it from, but one of my godmoms pronounces washing machine washer, like with an R. And my grandmother used to pronounce it that way as well. It was a washing machine. Not a washing machine, washing machine. I don't... No, that's not quite correct. It's Northern. Really? Interesting. Because one of my godmoms is purebred Texan, and she pronounces it washing machine. Your dad would say wash, which led to how you say yarn. Can you, like, spell out how you pronounce yarn? Saw it, like saw it? Okay, interesting. He was from Illinois. I'm actually going there in June. Your sister does it too? Yarn? I'm gonna go buy me some yarn. So here's a question. How do y'all pronounce skein or sky? Is it skein, skein, skeen? Because I pronounce it skein. Seent. Seent. You seent it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we say saw it. Skein. Okay, so y'all pronounce it the same way that I do. Skein. I'm glad we're all in agreement on that. You say skeen? Okay. I'm gonna judge you a little bit. No, I'm not. That was a joke. That would be rude. What's another, like, discrepancy? Oh, here we go. How do y'all pronounce... I'm gonna type this one. How do y'all pronounce that? Because... Jesus, Mary, Joseph. Like Christ on a bike. Okay, but how do you pronounce, like, the second? Is it, like, can or con? It is not pecan. Yeah, no. Get that shit out of here. It's pecan. Thank you, Scarlett. It is pronounced pecan. And we have a right to say that because that is the state tree, is the pecan tree of Texas. State tree of Texas is the pecan tree. There we go. I think Scarlett and I have authority on that. Can, not con. It's pronounced pecan. Defend this. Thank you. Okay, it might be a regional thing. No, it's supposed to be pronounced pecan. Fucking Yanks. I'm kidding. You never heard anyone pronounce a pecan before? Are you kidding me? You feel pretentious saying pecan for some reason? It comes from the native word for nut, which has a con sound, so it actually is incorrect to use the other spelling. Yeah. It's kind of whitewashing, TBH. Yeah. You feel pretentious. Pecan. Yeah, no, it's pecan. That's why I was like, Scarlett and I have the authority on this because it is the state tree of our state that we live in. Alright, what am I doing here? Negative, single, and 25 doubles. And if you say pecan around your northern family and friends and they were like, excuse me, it's pecan, you could be like, no, actually, I have multiple friends in Texas and they've told me that it's actually pronounced pecan. And it's not just a regional thing, like, that is the actual pronunciation of it. Pecan pie. Why the fuck are you pissing in cans, man? That's gross. Use the toilet like everybody else. Culture and growth just feels fancier than saying pecan. You hear the Yankee pecan, it's on site. It's like saying caviar or Worcestershire. We talk to these folks. Let me talk. I want to talk! Just a word, please. Yeah, it really pisses me off whenever I run into other Texans and they pronounce it pecan or pecan. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? Was not expecting a linguistics debate in my chat today. Buoyant Boogie? Yeah. Defend New York with my life. Zohan Mamdani lived in New York. Is he dead? What the fuck? My hands are cold. But the yarn is squeaky. This is the price I must pay. I reread that name and thought you were casting a spell. Literally studied this language and I live in Texas. I feel I have the most to say. I have an English degree! It's not my main degree, but I have a degree. Alright, I gotta have the fan on. This sucks. Mambo and I have the final say, although theirs will be excluded at this time. That's funny. Yeah, I'm still thinking about me absolutely flabbergasting all of y'all with the way that I pronounce couch. So funny to think about. Shit. I have a social science degree. The most I can do here is study the dynamics of this little couch. Y'all are more than welcome to tease me about that as much as you want. Like, it's so funny. And, like, I acknowledge that it's very strange for a Texan to pronounce it that way. Need to send Mambo across the pond to say that one. Yeah, send me to fucking... to fucking Ireland to be like, hello, can I sit on your couch? And they'd be like, what the fuck? Alright, what did I just do here? We did 4 and then 3, so then 1. Oh shit. The original Now or Never. Come on, man. What the fuck? There we go. That was very weird. That I did not want to cooperate. Oh shit. Mambo, I'll get the reference. You sound like I tried to say couch. The thing is I can't imagine her trying to pronounce it that way. You sound like Kanaya trying to say couch. What the fuck? Oh, Homestuck, how I miss you. But also, at the same time, don't come back. 6-2. 2. Kanaya is an underrated Homestuck character. Is it Kanaya or Kanaya? I've pronounced it both ways. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Like Fefri and Feferi. I've always pronounced her name Feferi. I'm going to hold your hand when you say this, Mambo. Uh-oh. They're bringing Homestuck back in a way. Yeah, I know about the pilot. I haven't watched it. But I know they're bringing back the pilot, right? I do not feel like watching an animation of Homestuck is going to have or encapsulate the same feeling as reading the comic does. Because the thing about Homestuck is it is supposed to be long. It is a long piece of text. It is the second longest piece of text in the English language. And I don't feel like a show is going to have the same impact as the comic does, you know? Homestuck was a product of its time, really couldn't make a proper research, and thankfully. I feel like Homestuck is a piece of media that needs to say its own time. Yes. I agree with both of those statements. I just don't feel like a show is going to have the same impact that the comic does. That's all I'm going to say. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Granted, the first few acts of Homestuck are rough to read. That's just how it was at the beginning. But once it picks up, it really picks up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. But I don't know. If you're gonna interact with Homestuck, at least read the fucking comic. But that is an endeavor, and I understand that. Well, I actually have to pay attention to what I'm doing right now. 13, 2, negative, double 3 singles. 2 doubles, single, negative. Okay. Ooh, I can feel the weather rolling in. My hips starting to hurt pretty bad. The medium is limiting with the show. I agree. Homestuck was the kind of comic you only stuck with because your friend strapped you to a chair with tape holding your eyes open, and then it picks up and you're painted gray and talking about blood colors with your friends in the chair, and tape are just gone. Yeah. I don't want to read the comic. I just want you to know that's okay. We know, Alex. But like, some of the best music I've ever listened to has come from Homestuck. Genuinely. Haven't crocheted or opened Tomodachi Life. Which to remedy first? Crochet. You crochet with me, parallel play. Sorry, I'm locked into these last few stitches here. Wait, Mambo, I remember what I was supposed to remind you of last week. The Mosaic crochet letters. Oh! I forgot about that. I was supposed to send that to y'all, wasn't I? Sorry. You're gonna hear noises. Let me see if I can find it. I know what it looks like, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, hang on. I know I have it bookmarked on my Instagram account. Where is it? Okay, let me see if I'm actually like logged in. Am I? I am. Oh, kitties. Okay, nope. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to like log into my business account, so that's gonna have to wait. But thank you for reminding me. I'll have to look after streams. DM me that so that I don't forget. Well, like DM it to me now so we both don't forget. Because if we wait, we will forget. I had Ren do that for me like last week. I was like, DM me that right now. Thank you for the hydration. 2. Let me get to the end of this road and we'll do that. Oops. This is from Splatoon 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think this is from the levels with the, I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a UFO, and there was an enemy that would send ink strikes after you while you're trying to traverse the stage. But I never played one, so I don't remember the name of that enemy. And a big stretch, you got it. Anyone know what creepypasta analog horror is? Of course I do. You can't handle horror too well. You're trying to build up a tolerance. You group them together because analog horror feels like improved spiritual successor to creepypastas. That's a great way to put it. So the funny thing is, now that we're talking about horror, last week I went over to Axe's place, and I'm gonna turn my music down because it's loud. I went over to Axe's place last week after stream, as I do on Tuesdays, and he's like, do you want to watch RE9, Resident Evil 9? I was like, yeah, I've avoided as many spoilers for it as I can because I know that you and I have talked about like you playing it and you watching it as a date. And he goes, okay, cool. We're just gonna play through the intro. And I was like, all right, that's fine. And he goes, how do you do with jump scares? And I was like, jump scares are fine. And he goes, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And he was like, okay, if you say so. And so he starts it up, and he's playing Resident Evil, and like there's jump scares and spooky shit happening. And at one point there was like a big big zombie that jumped down, and I just like was sat there nonplussed, like totally fine. And he just looked at me and he goes, the first time that happened, like I saw that, I nearly pissed myself. And I was like, okay. And he goes, how are you not? And I was like, are you impressed by my lack of reaction? He goes, yeah, actually, what the fuck? It was very funny. How do we feel about eldritch and psychological horror? Psychological, interesting. I don't know, actually. I like zombies, and the one thing I cannot do, like the one game that I just can't do, is the Outlast Trials. That game freaks me out to no end. Can't explain it. I can't do the Outlast Trials. But like, I watch a lot of like video game stuff. Like horror games and horror movies. Not really horror movies, but like horror games for sure. So, I don't know. Take that information how you will, I guess. Outlast Trials, your siblings and yours favorites. Specifically, you watched The Promised Neverland when you were 10 in the first couple episodes. Got really scared because you were in the age range, so you've been watching Vita Carnis. Okay. Yeah, I can't do Outlast Trials because specifically, the levels with the root canal, which if you don't know what the Outlast Trials is, I don't really know how to explain it, but the root canal is this is going to be hard for me to describe because it is like one of my top 10 phobias. Like, it's one of my top 2, actually. It is a water carnival ride, but it's all dental horror, and I cannot handle dental horror. It freaks me out to no end. Like, I can't even describe it without like getting like freaked out. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. But like other stuff like that, can't do it. I can't do it. It makes me squeamish even to think about it. But yeah, I'm fine with RE9 and stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just to put it into like perspective, when I got my wisdom teeth removed, I passed out the first time we changed my gauze. Can't handle basic dental work. It's still progression. It's still in progress. It's a still in progress. There we go. Analog horror series about a new set of species that have come to Earth. It's made up of a lot of news and documentary style events and then some research things too. That sounds super neat. Thing is, you can't play it by yourself. You need to play multiplayer. That's fair. Outlast Trials just freaks me out, man. How many? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. am going to pause and I'm going to run to the restroom. I will be right back because there's an ad about to start. I return hello. Dream killer with melted skin and long claws. What the fuck? Oh, Freddy Krueger. Now, whenever my mom wants to watch a horror movie, most likely be like, oh yeah, that one's pretty good. You wouldn't like that one. It is getting very dark outside. Very dark. And it doesn't look like it's raining yet, it's just dark. There. Oh, I should have grabbed a lens wipe while I was in the bathroom. My glasses are dirty. Oh. I don't like that it's already 3:30. I still have so much to get through. I want to say this is Jesting or Jitters, but I don't know right off the top of my head. It's Jesting 3, I was right! You have a friend in your mouth! Yay! What the fuck was that? I just heard a weird noise. what are we doing here? 9 singles. She didn't even give you the right note sheet. Oh, uh-oh. I'm sorry. I can actually kind of see how dark it's getting in my room, like right over here. Because my phone is blocking my light. There we go. Actually, why the fuck did I do that? There we go. But like, because there's no ambient light, so like from my window or like, you know, it's really dark. Okay, good. Bum, 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 bum. Oops. There you go. Where is the friend you need notes? Cannot wait for snow to be gone. You want barbecue? Nope, actually, I don't understand. I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I didn't understand trigonometry either. What the fuck? Oh! This just came out of the skein of yarn. Oh no. Did I just accidentally knot it up? Oh god. I don't have time for this. Like, it's not super serious snag. Seems reasonably untangleable. There we go. There we go. Got it. Fixed. In high school, you took pre-cal, but spent each class studying Japanese and ended up with a final grade of 30%. Oh, wow. Rough. Two. Hold on. What did I just do? Oh, God. I'm lost. Got it. You're taking AP pre-cal next year. You really have to get familiar with your new best friend, the unit circle. I have faith you will do much better than I did. As do I. Sorry, I'm like focused. What are we doing? To be fair, after this year's map, I'll have reached the grad requirements, so it doesn't really matter. I'm taking too many APs next year. Pre-cal, US history, and language. Well, 3 APs. This is like 3 times more. Oof. No, thank you. Oh, excuse me. It's almost 40% of your classes are AP. You're giving up. I'll do this 5th period tomorrow. Good luck. Maybe someone will be able to help you if you ask nicely. Yeah, you'll sit next to a genius in 5th. Okay, good. I graduated the perfect middle of my class. There were 150 of us, and I graduated as 75. But I was really shitty at math. I went to a very small school. Well, at the time, it was a very small school. It is not so small now. We've got 4 more rows to get through. It is 3:45. I think we can do it. Graduating class is around 500. That's so many. I think the current graduating class at my old high school is like, I want to say it's at least 1,000 maybe? I don't know. Point is, big school now. Oh, the original Anarchy Rainbow. Your last name is at the end. You will be sitting at graduation for hours. I'm sorry. I was quite fortunate that my last name is near the front of the alphabet. What the fuck? Okay. Like, my last name is at the end. Like, in the yearbook, you're on the last page. Last page of your class, not the whole school, but in your class, there's like 3 or 4 people after. Wow, you are at the very end. Damn. It is getting very dark outside. It's a little spooky. Alright, we're doing 26. Welcome back from ads. 13. Alrighty, I will be here doing my thing. I think I can hear thunder in the distance. And again, it's kind of hard to hear over the kazoo. Oops. Hello, Ren. How are you? I wouldn't say I'm stuck with you, just that I get to hang out with you. Working on market things. Ooh, what are you making this time? Originally only planned to do one market this summer, but your friend talked you into doing two, so you're worried about having enough stock. I feel that. It's completely understandable. Oops. Making Sesame Street Martians? People call them Yip Yips. That sounds really cute. I'll have to see what that entails, like what that looks like. 111 1 You sent some that you made for to chat. All right, let me see. Oh, those are super fucking cute. Those are adorable. Did I tell Axe he's officially part of the Suffolk cult? Not yet, but I will this evening if I remember to. I'm sure he would get a kick out of that. He'd be like, oh my god, did you really? Yeah. My followers really wanted me to make you a cultist, so your name is Axpo and you're an axolotl. He'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I just got a tornado watch alert on my computer. Love that. $13, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 9. Got it. Oops. Are tornadoes common in Texas? Yeah, they're pretty common. Just because of like the crazy weather patterns that we get here. But I've never been in the position where it's like a major concern. But we do like have to learn about tornado safety and stuff like that. And like if the sirens go off, we'll probably like go hide out in our hallway, but they are a legit concern and a legit threat, but I've never personally been hit by one. Except for that one time where I was in a glass building and it was very scary. And it wasn't because of the tornado. Like, I am worried about driving to Axe's place tonight. I'm sure it'll be okay, but that is a concern that I have. I'm worried about being on the road in this storm. Especially because traffic's gonna be a bitch if the weather's bad. Traffic's already a bitch when the weather's fine, but when the weather's bad, ugh. No thanks. being in a glass building tornado. Yeah, so that's a fun story. When I was in college, I've told this story before. When I was in college, I worked at a convenience store at a campus that was like a mixture of the university that I went to and the community college. And this was before I was like fully approved or accepted by the university. So I was doing a little bit of both. And to pass the time, I would work at the convenience store. Well, it's like 4 o'clock, April, and we're closing up. Sure, it's like 4:30, and the entire lower floor was windows. It was a multi-story building. It was all windows with some brick here and there. And you could look out across the lobby, and like, you know, we had like the windows to like the doors and the walls, windows into the convenience store. Well, you could look out and you could look across the lobby. And it's like 4:30, 4:45, whatever. We look out and the sky is black. Not gray, black with storm clouds. And I'm like a little concerned because I rode the bus to campus. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about getting home, and my sister's not gonna want to come out here and pick me up because I live with my sister at the time. And my coworker's like, it'll be okay. I'm sure it won't be that bad. And she's like one of my best friends from college. And we're finishing up. It's about 5 o'clock now. We're closing up shop. And that's when we both kind of just stop. And the rain was beating against the glass windows so loud that it sounded like thousands of hands were beating against the windows. So loud. Cacophonous. And we're like, okay, that's a little concerning. And so the campus cop, her name was BJ. She was super cool. You know, ACAB, but like she was actually really chill. She comes in, she's like, hey girls, I'm gonna ask that you guys stay on campus for a little bit. I'm gonna ask that you guys go into your storm shelter area, which was like the back office, and just for a little bit while we round up the last few students because we're not letting anybody leave. And we're like, oh, okay, no problem. Because like, you know, understandable, the storm's gnarly out there. And so we hole up back there. We're sitting down. Our boss is back there with us. We're all having a good time. And we're just talking. And BJ comes back. And she's like, hey girls, I'm going to ask that y'all move to the administrative offices with us. There has been a tornado sighted about a few miles from here. We're like, oh shit, okay. So we move to the administrative area. And there's like a ring of like 3 or 4 guys in a circle. And they're listening and they're grooving to Don't Worry, Be Happy. And so we join their little jam circle. We're having a good time hanging out. And then BJ comes back and she's like, hey guys, we're gonna move to this back hallway. And we're like, okay, so we go to the back hallway. And there's just, it's like a L shape. Like 2 L shapes like put together, right? So it's kind of like this, right? And so there's like a bunch of students sardined together against the walls. And the walls are made of cinder blocks. And at this point in my life, I was using a cane rather than crutches. And so we get sardined together against the wall closer to the exit door. And we're all trying to be quiet. We're all talking like hush hush or whatever. And there's another campus cop. I don't know his name. Screaming his head off. Everybody shut the fuck up! We can't hear anything! Stop talking! Like, yelling at the top of his lungs, like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. Meanwhile, I already have storm anxiety. And then, while we're sitting like 3 people from the exit door, the door is shaking in its frame, like rattling like nobody's business. And the whole time, this guy is like yelling at us to shut the fuck up. And the thing is like, he looked exactly like the guy that was extremely abusive to my family when I was like 8 to 12 years old. So I'm having flashbacks to that. And then at some point, a janitor decided going home was a good idea. She ducked out through the exit door that was shaking in its hinges, mind you. And when she opened the door, there's like a dumpster, like right there. Like, not even, like, maybe 6 feet from the door. We couldn't even see it. Because all we saw was a sheet of white because of how hard it was raining. And fortunately, the tornado was about 2 miles from where we were. And I don't think it touched the ground. But, like, we were there for, like, maybe an hour with this other cop screaming his head off at us to shut the fuck up. And at the end, it was fine. But it was a very traumatic experience. So, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20. Sorry. Wait, your anxiety. Yeah. It was a spooky time, but I lived, so it's okay. But the thing that really made it like a traumatic experience was that fucking cop screaming at us to shut the fuck up. I was maybe 21 at the time or something like that. No, not even. I was living with my sister at the time, so I was like 19. 5. Fucking dudes be fucking sleeping. Hold on, what the fuck? I think I miscounted. Oops. But the thing is like, BJ, the first cop, was really calm, collected, you know. Hey guys, we're just gonna move you guys to this area, just hang tight for a few minutes. Like, oh, okay, sure, no problem. Hey guys, we're gonna move you guys to this other location, just stay calm, everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, no problem. Everybody shut the fuck up! Like, whoa, dude. Whoa, dude. Yeah, no, for real. But this other guy was just screaming his head off at us, and I was like, that's not helping. Anyway. I have a little bit of storm trauma from college. Oops. You remember when you were on your exchange in Japan, there were a couple times when you had to get under our desk because of earthquakes. Like, it was never crazy, but it was enough that we felt the whole school building sway. We were on the 4th floor. That's terrifying. I've never experienced an earthquake before. Just tornadoes. But that's scary shit. Okay, I told myself I wasn't gonna skip any songs, but I'm skipping this one just because it is 5 minutes long and it's the same droning tone. There were like occasional tiny tremors, like they were so small you wasn't sure if it was shaking or not. There was this one guy texts me every time. Did you feel that earthquake just now? Holy shit. Oops, I accidentally minimized. There we go. That's wild. It was so cute because he was too shy to talk to you IRL, but y'all would text daily and he loved telling you when there was a tiny earthquake. That's cute though, actually. He's like, hey, heads up, that was a fucking earthquake. I'm genuinely surprised there's not any rain yet. Then again, one of my weather apps said that it wasn't gonna hit until 4, and it's 4, but there's no rain. So like, I don't know what's up with that. Not really complaining. I would love to not drive in a storm. Damn it. Here's hoping the weather is good for your drive. Thank you. I hope so. It looks quite scary. And I feel like if I were to show it on camera, it wouldn't encompass it accurately. It's quite dark. Like, maybe I can show you by, like, turning off my overhead light. This is really dark. Like, my room is quite dark. Yeah, very dark. Thank God for overhead light. I love my overhead light. It's the best. Alright, what did we do? We just did 2, so... $21 doubles. All right. Let's go. Welcome back, Alex. I also do not enjoy a granny square. They're just tedious. $16 salty is hard as I love salty. It's really good. Deadfish's music just choice. When you say 50, it's usually hyperbole, but I don't even think that's enough. Yeah, probably not. I don't know. think you're gonna die? It's only 11 and a half, so 66 and a half. You got this. Think about it this way. Could be 80. You also have 40 days left, yeah. So if you did like, what, 2 a day? It's not bad. I would even suggest maybe 3 per day so that you have enough time to sew it all together. And then you need to do ribbing. Yeah, so I would maybe shoot for 3 per day. You're sewing as you go. Okay, that's good. What the fuck? Scroll back. But it's good to try for 3 because errors happen. Do I have any staple items I make from markets? Last year, hanging potted plant stick really love you. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14. Crochet by Jenna's no-sew axolotls always do really well for me. But I don't normally make, like, my focus is not plushies like it is for a lot of people. I also make a lot of market bags, coasters, my beanies have done well. But, like, anytime I make axolotls, they sell out. And I'll usually only take, like, up to 10. But almost always they will sell out. But yeah, market bags, just all sorts of stuff. trying to think of what else I make. I make beanies, coasters, pot holders, dish scrubbies, chapstick holders, all sorts of stuff. Water bottle holders, because I live in an area where it's really hot. This year I've made bucket hats. I've heard bandanas usually do really well. I found that my bandanas don't sell very much. But scrunchies, that's my big thing, is scrunchies. Scrunchies sell out like hotcakes. And I have like a bunch of them just because I make a ton of them. And usually I'll run a deal on my scrunchie where it's like buy one, get one half off. Wait, what the fuck? 211, got it. Is it bad that I know the dance to this? Like the choreography. Really? I also tend to run my stuff at buy one, get one half off everything, but I really push the scrunchies, because my scrunchies are 1 for 8 or 2 for 12. If they're 2 colors, it's 1 for 10 or 2 for 15. I can feel myself running out of steam. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna finish this page, so help me God. Hydration, thank you. And a big stretch. You do things at a multiple of 5 so you don't have to deal with coins? Oh, I guess your smaller denominations of money would be coins, wouldn't they? Because you're in Canada. Also, Alex, you can absolutely complain. Y'all don't have dollar bills. That's fair. Thank you for the water and the stretch. Your advisor is so passive-aggressive towards you for literally no reason. She just pisses you off so much. I'm sorry. I hate people like that. They can be really hard to talk to. She favors your friend so much she doesn't even try to hide it. When I said I could be president at the end of last year, she just looked at me like I was what a bitch! That's so rude! And like an example of her favoring your friend was this one time your friend kept taking your stuff for no reason. Like they would take your AirPods and phone and stuff just cause, even though I could. And eventually I went, could you just stop, please? That's a reasonable ask. We're just gonna listen to Bloopin for a bit, I guess. She gets mad at you for yelling, but I go, but they kept taking my stuff. I kept asking them to stop, and they've been doing it this whole hour. And she goes, well, I'm yelling at you for yelling and escalating this. What the fuck is her problem? You weren't even escalating a situation. You were trying to diffuse the situation by getting them to focus. That's incredibly rude. She's done this a repeated number of times. I could spend the same situation over and over. And lately she's been going to your friend and complaining about how she doesn't like you. Talking about how you just... What the fuck? The advisor's going to a student to gossip about another student? You should take that to the principal. Like, straight up, take that to our higher up. That is inappropriate, unacceptable behavior from a staff member. Full stop. Like, there's no excuse for that. The thing is, they're already trying to shut down GSA, and she's the only one you have, so if she goes, there's no GSA. Wow. But even still, you can take that to a principal and be like, hey, your staff member is being inappropriate towards students because she's gossiping about other students. She's gossiping about students to other students, and I don't feel comfortable with that. Like, just tell somebody. They don't have to fire her, but they can definitely, like, write her up and correct her behavior real quick. This is also the student that she knows has been, like, your best friend for all of high school, so I don't know why she didn't think I would find out about it immediately. Yeah, I think you and your friend need to approach the principal and be like, okay, here's the situation. Anyway, you're not being president next year, your friend can have her as the advisor. Yeah, fair enough. But, like, you should still talk to a higher up and be like, hey, your staff is not being cool. Like, take that shit straight to the top. true. You're scared of the principal. He's like your dad's best friend. That's even... Oh, wait. You have a bad relationship with your dad. Even still... Approach him and be like, I'm not approaching you as my dad's kid. I'm approaching you as a student of your school. And I'm telling you that there's a situation that I am uncomfortable with. Regarding one of your staff members. And if anybody else has better suggestions, by all means. But, like, that shit's not cool. Because she's supposed to be a role model to the students. And she's not being that. She's letting her personal feelings and emotions get in the way of her doing her job. If the principal scares you, maybe approach the vice principal. I don't know, but... You gotta tell somebody, man. Yeah, the advisor doesn't seem professional at all. Agreed. Let me double count real quick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. That was thunder. Definitely heard that. I don't know if my mic picked it up or not. Did y'all hear it? Oh, you didn't? You zoned in on the music, that's fair. Still no rain. You also wasn't paying attention. Okay, no worries. Remember when you were watching Death Note during the time it happened? We had storm after storm after storm. Yeah, this April's been a little bit crazy regarding the thunderstorms. Alright, 5 minutes before end of stream. We're doing the last stitch? Fuck yeah, we are right on time today, guys. Love to see it. Alright, let's de-kit. We got a lot done this week. I mean, it's the same amount that we got done last week, but like, that's where we started this week. That's a lot. Alright. When it happened, there was a loud thunderclap very conveniently placed for dramatic effect. Love that. Alright, we just finished up row 208 of 252. Let's update our row count. Oh, I should readjust that now that it's kind of spilling over. Crazy. I do too. I think it's super cute. Where's my notebook? This is just where I'm keeping manual track of where I'm at. Three more days and we'll be done. Isn't that crazy to think about? Ooh, next week we'll be doing like 11 rows, I think that's what it says. We'll be doing 12 rows next week. That's a lot. So it's going to be a 12 row, followed by a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 row day. (15, 16, 17, 18, 19). Wednesday next week is going to run long because it's a 19 row day. And we've been doing 10 rows per day. But to be fair, the last 4 rows are literally just doubles and negatives. So we'll be zooming on those last 4 rows. Alright, let's do a full view of the blanket. Now that we've dekitted a little bit. Oops. Hello. Let me pull my phone down real quick. Oh shit, I have 8% because my phone wasn't plugged in that entire time. Are you kidding me? Well, that's convenient. Oh well. Yes, we are doing Wednesday next week, so it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for stream. Here's where we are. We are making some great progress at the top. Beautiful. And the back, of course. Love to see it. Yes, we are doing 3 days next week because I want to finish this thing as soon as I can. As soon as possible. Alright, so I actually do have to get going. But I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me today and all of your support as always. I don't think I'm going to raid because I need to get ready and skedaddle as soon as I can to run away from this storm. I know it barely fits on camera. It's crazy. I know, right? That's wild to think about. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I hope you'll keep words. My brain just like stopped working. Keep it crafty. Bye.